Good morning, everybody. It is November the 2nd, 2016. Time to kick off another trading day. The biggest piece of news we're going to get today is the FOMC announcement where no change is expected. The odds of interest rate increase for December are now at 68%. Everybody pretty much expects it. They will go over the announcement and look for hints about what's coming in December. That'll be the focus because only one Fed governor came out before saying we could raise interest rates even with an election a week away. Now, if the Fed does raise interest rates today and you're on the wrong side of the market in whatever contract you're trading, you got to get out. You just have to, you got your protective stop out there going into that, and you're not going to live with it. That would be unexpected surprise news, and treasuries don't come back from that. On go with contracts, sometimes you have a chance of them coming back. Today's news: ADP employment 170. That'll be the news focus for the market. We tend to trade sideways into the FOMC announcement. Tends to yield a trading range. Crude oil inventory is expected to build 1.6. Last night's API built over 9 million barrels. That took crude off a little bit. And then we'll have the FOMC announcement at 2 o'clock. So crude oil tends to trade 40 to 50 ticks in the day session into the EIA number. The ADP number will be behind us before the day sessions open in these markets. The ADP number at 170 is in line with where they have been. It's kind of their new default number. The non-farm payroll number on Friday is forecast at 178. And since the fall of 2012, these numbers have gotten closer and closer together. If there's a build in one, there's a build in the other. And the converse is true. So today's news focus is the ADP. Then my guess is probably trading sideways. Stocks found sellers overnight. There's support below 2100. There's resistance above 2105. So 2095, 2105 market, probably what we're going to expect in that too. So where we are right now, we're at 30.5. Resistance starts at 2. Definitely dealing with a piece, so we have a chance for higher prices. So 3 to 7, sell 1. 11 to 15, sell 2. And if we can't get through this 130.02 area, 130.03, then we'll have to take it a little bit lower. If the stock market continues to sell today, treasuries will be higher. We saw that late yesterday afternoon. On the buy side, 29.25, buy 1. 17 to 21, buy 2. Knob spread widened from yesterday's close about 9/32, so that supports a higher market. It's coming in a little bit as we move into the day session, as profits are taken. Okay, looking at the 30-year, 24 to 28 is number 1. Sell 1, 31 to 03. Sell 2, 11 to 15. The idea that the FOMC will hold the markets in check. 8 to 12, number 1. 1 to 5, buy 1. May have to move those up 1/8 of a point. 21 to 25, buy 2. The E-mini is selling. We don't want any part of the short side of the market. Why is the humanity selling? Everybody thinks Trump may win the presidency right now, and they're buying gold, dumping risk assets, etc. But from a fundamental standpoint, economics, tax cuts, getting rid of the oppressive rules and regulations. In my world, what wouldn't be oppressive? All that, opening up and freeing energy, all that to me is actually fundamentally economically sound if you want to grow an economy. So I think with the Trump election, after everybody pairs their portfolios and gets out of the way, actually has a chance to show growth as opposed to stagflation, which is what we'll get under a Clinton administration. Okay, gold. We said 1305 was the next stop. Obviously stops above 1300, so 99 to 01, sell 1. 4 to 6, sell 2. As long as we stay above this high volume number at 87, this market can trade higher. The breakout came at 93, so 93, 95 by 1, 89, 91 by 2. Somebody will take profits against 1300. It is a very round number. But I believe the market trading higher. And I saw one of the, and I forget which news service had a poll showing Trump up 6. When you look at the way they manipulate the numbers, they use polls to suppress opposition. And then a couple of weeks before the election comes, so they will be able to suppress opposition in the next election cycle. The polls always tighten. So the Republicans, because of the oversampling of Democrats, the Republican support is generally understated by 4 to 5 points. You can always pretty much count on that. But it'll be interesting to see where we are in the final poll taken this weekend. Probably be dead heat with the major polls and the ones that are a little bit more honest in tracking. My guess is they'll show Trump in the lead. And he truly has gotten some momentum. The attractor up here is at 111.65. You can see it right there. 111.25, sell 1. 111.50, sell 2. This market is trading higher. Weaker dollar because Trump's going to get elected. So right now we're pointed up. We want to get our setups before we do get short. On the buy side, the breakout came at 111, so buy 1 at 111. And then buy 2 at 75. But right now the euro is trading higher for the same reasons gold is trading higher. Crude oil. I think 9.8 million barrels, 9.6 million barrels, something. That was a huge number on the build. And crude got hit when the EIA and the API announcement came out, so we were at 46.90. Came down, pretty good resistance at 46.50, and we're 45.95, so 46 and a quarter, 46.50. Sell 1, 75 to the buck, sell 2. On the buy side, I think we're going to get stops below 50. Well, we have a days overnight 46.50, 45.50 would be 100 points. So we'll make 45.50, 45.75, buy 1. Like for them to get stops below 50 before I stepped up, and then 45 is a pretty round number. 45, 45 and a quarter, buy 2. Right now, because there is no OPEC agreement, A lot of the services 40, 42 support, and 48 to 50 resistance. They look for a $10 range. Goldman, when it looked like they were going to get some sort of an OPEC agreement, was 43 to 53. So that's stayed. That $10 range is pretty consistent. I think we're headed for stops below 45 for those of you that are taking a longer term approach. Yeah, WikiLeaks was supposed to be coming out with some bombshells this week too, but haven't seen. It's more of the same. I mean, it shows a pattern of corruption across the board in every facet of their operation. Cannot be denied. Collusion between the media, the government agencies, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, Republican operatives, Democrat operatives are all tied in together trying to maintain the status quo. And you would too if you were in their position. I'm not excusing it, but it's just human nature. A lot of people don't realize that the success of this room is really based on human nature. The only constant that I see out there is the way that we're wired, is human nature. And that doesn't change. That's the constant. We hear the old saw, the only constant is change. That's not true. The constant is human nature. And we built a pretty successful methodology and approach or template for the market based on that. Yeah, Google, Facebook, Twitter, all of them, Instagram, are in Hillary's back pocket. And they're at the top of the food chain right now, and they're going to do everything they can to protect it. I mean, wouldn't you like instant access to the White House and get the programs that you need? I would say so. So buy one's 95.97. That looks pretty solid. Then 90.92. I basically see a trading range today. FOMC should keep its range bound. So a 95 minus 2105 plus market. Okay, it will take a while to get stuff up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that. I will be back as soon as possible. Good afternoon. It is November the 2nd, 2016. The FOMC meeting is behind us. Rates were unchanged. There was language in the announcement that said that they could increase rates in December if the underlying economic news continues to move in the same direction. So there we find ourselves. Remember the other day we were talking about 2087 was the target because of that high volume number, and we hit it today. Okay, we came in this morning wanting to sell 4 to 6. Our first buy was 95.97. It did produce a small trade. Our second buy was 90 to 92, this area right here, and perhaps a trade right there. But anyway, the idea, we came in as sellers. We wanted to test overnight support, so the idea was to be as sellers, and we caught this just dead on. Mean green trade worked first as they ran it up before taking it down. That was expected in the old days. And with electronic trading, it's not as sure. This S right here, loser. All of these no worse than a scratch, but a winner. This S, retest failure, plus mean green trades, S's, plus. Here the FOMC news is this buy, a winner, this retest failure, this S, a plus. So we got one loser back early in the session, and the idea this morning getting started was to find a place to sell it. And we happen to say 2104, 2106. While not perfect, it was pretty darn close. F1 screen. Lower high, lower low. This market can go further. Remember that 87, 88 area I talked about? We talked about that yesterday afternoon right there. There's that high volume number, the attractor, the magnet that pulls the market to it. Magic, right? It seems that way at first, but over time it won't seem that way to you. And separating out today's, it's leaning P. We've rejected prices below 92. Yesterday we rejected prices below 95, but what we're seeing is that volume is moving lower in the distributions, and that usually implies a retest of the lows and or lower. Now we do have news tomorrow. We've got jobless claims 255. I don't think anybody's paying any attention to it. It's just kind of the default number. Productivity plus 2.2. I believe that's where it was last quarter. Unit labor cost plus 1.4. These two numbers won't get much of a play. PMI services 52.3. Won't get much of a play. Factory orders plus 0.2. That will be in play. ISM services 56.1. That will be in play. And then natural gas inventories probably plus 75 BCF. So the news focus: jobless claims, ISM services, and factory orders right there. With the market to close right here, we're selling 99s to 01, sell 1, and 4 to 6, sell 2. On the buy side, we're buying 90 to 92. And then I think we break and take out this low and we start lower. They'll get stops below 85, so we'll make it 83, 85 by 2. Okay, the treasuries were stronger because of weakness in the E-mini. They've already run the market down a bunch into the news that the Fed would probably raise interest rates in December and leave things unchanged in November. So that's behind us. Higher low, higher high, find a place to buy. But again, we're in this trading range where there are sellers at 130.12, 130.16. Can't see that being taken out unless we get a major piece of news or a move lower tomorrow with some impetus behind it. F2, kind of right in the middle. I got on the right screen right here. I mean, rejecting prices in the 4 to 8 area. We're here right now, so we're going to sell failure to take out 4 to 8. We get through that, probably the $0.50, so 15 to 19 for sell 2. Maybe 12, hard to say. I'm leaning for it. Probably after the last rotate down was 130 even. Then we got our 25, 29, so we'll play 25s, 29s once again. And then 17s to 21s. Worked out pretty well for us this morning. Looking at the 30-year. Okay, last rotate up in M stopped at 15. We're currently at 10. We have an L period high at 18, so we'll make 16 to 20 number 1. Sell 23s, 27s, sell 1. 3 to 7, sell 2. On the buy side, some support at 6, so we're currently at 10. 4 to 8 number 1. 29 to 01 buy 1, 17 to 21 buy 2. Gold came back below 1305, that low volume number. Higher low, higher high, we're up there, and you can see this this 1310 area. I got these highs right here, I've got those lows through here, I've got this 2-letter ledge, so 10 to 15 is pretty stout resistance. F1 says higher. And perhaps a new move down started an L period. So we've got volume to fill in between 1301 and 1309. So the breakout came from 93, 95. We're at 98, so buying 95, 97, buy 1. And in 90, 92, buy 2. On the sell side, 4 to 6, sell 1. 8 to 10, sell 2. Crude oil. Structurally, where are we going if 45 becomes resistance? Okay, this 44.50 area to 43.12, so 43, 44.50. If we can break 45 is the next stop, and the low volume number's down at 42.50. 52.32 takes us to 42.32. We got a low volume number at 42.50, so that's certainly within reach. So lower high, lower low. Looks like the market's going lower, trying to anyway. Definitely a B, and so we have this spill at 45.81, so 45.50, 45.75, sell 1. 46 even, 46.25, sell 2. On the buy side, support is at 45, so stops below 45, 44.75, 45, buy 1. And then 44.25, 44.50, buy 2. 44.50 could hold. The euro has been strong in face of the Fed raising interest rates in December. And contrary to central banks. So higher low, higher high. F1 says higher, but if we come across here and take a look, got those lows at 11.50. Got that low at 11.33. Got the spill from 11.66. So 11.50 is a pretty formidable resistance in my opinion. So the last rotate up and in stopped right under 11.20, so 11.25. 20 to 25, say 20 to 30, sell 1. 45 to 55, sell 2. Buy side, 111 even, buy 1. 1075 by 2. And that does it for this November the 2nd, 2016. I hope you all have a great evening. We'll try to shake that money tree again in the morning. I'm out of here.